come forward and answer me now.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 paranormal events on movie shoots.
Clear your minds. It knows what scares you. It has from the very beginning.
Have no fear, little one. I am here to protect thee.
If she's still here, then it won't be quiet.
For this list, we're looking at times when real-life paranormal phenomena supposedly occurred on the sets of movies. We should note that all of these accounts are alleged, and given that and the nature of the list itself, these stories should be taken with a grain of salt. Which of these stories keeps you up at night? Let us know in the comments below. Number 20. Night Terrors, The Innkeepers.
Why are you acting so weird?
I'm not.
This little-known but wonderfully spooky horror movie from 2011 was also filmed in a real location. In this case, the historic Yankee Peddler Inn. The inn has a reputation for being haunted by the ghost of a former owner who died in room 353 of the historic building. Director Ty West began the production as a bona fide skeptic, but started rethinking his beliefs when bad dreams and strange happenings began to plague the crew.
Hang on. Hear something.
Speaking with IndieWire, West described doors opening and closing by themselves, lights burning out, and strange dreams experienced by many on the crew, including actress Sarah Paxton, who felt a presence in her room several times.
Space, there's blood everywhere.
It's okay.
Please, please, please just get me out of here. I don't want to be here anymore, please.
Number 19. The Haunted Touch, Behind the Candelabra.
What would you like to do with your life, Scott? What's your dream?
I want to be a veterinarian.
Oh, don't you just love animals?
This biopic of the legendary performer Liberace flew under the radar for a lot of folks, but is still worth checking out if you get the chance. Directed by Steven Soderbergh and starring Michael Douglas as the famous piano prodigy, the film set allegedly had a visit or two from the ghost of the man himself.
Good morning.
Apparently, Douglas and co-star Matt Damon felt unseen hands touching them, and the smell of a strong cologne haunted the set.
He's lonely. I can take care of him. And he can take care of me.
We should point out, however, that this story comes courtesy of the notable tabloid The National Enquirer, and as such should be treated with a healthy degree of skepticism.
You are a well-known star. Are you out of your mind going to a place like that? I mean, what if somebody recognized you?
Number 18. The Haunted Basement, The Lords of Salem. You'd be hard-pressed to find a spookier location than an old abandoned hospital. After all, hospitals wig a lot of people out even when they haven't been laying in ruin for years. LA's Linda Vista Community Hospital, originally built in 1904, stood abandoned for years after its closure in 1991. And the stories of hauntings grew faster than the weeds. The site was even the subject of an episode of Ghost Adventures. The cast and crew of Rob Zombie's 2012 movie The Lords of Salem allegedly had some spooky encounters when filming there, with many cast members claiming to feel sick after filming in the basement. Probably just a lot of mold down there, but who knows? Number 17. Ghosts on Film, Return to Babylon. While tales of hauntings on film sets are somewhat common, this supposed intersection between the supernatural and celluloid is unique. This little-known movie was allegedly made using a mysterious box of 16mm film reels that were found on the sidewalk by director Alex Monte Kanawati. After deciding to use the film to create a movie in the style of 1920s silent films, Kanawati and his crew were astonished to find the footage they had shot plagued by ghostly figures and strange distortions, prompting claims that the film itself is haunted. It is definitely an intriguing story, even if you are inclined towards skepticism, and the story would probably make for a good movie itself. Number 16. Hearing Whispers, Ghost Whisperer.
Oh, bad one?
The usual.
We know this is a movie list, but we just had to mention this one. This dearly departed series starred 90s it girl Jennifer Love Hewitt as an antique store owner with the ability to see and communicate with ghosts.
Why is he still here?
Ghosts have no real sense of time. Just waiting for his mother to come and find him.
For the most part, the spirits that Love Hewitt encountered on the show were brought to life, or should that be afterlife, with plain old actors and special effects. But that wasn't always the case. According to the former Party of 5 star, both she and several members of the cast and crew felt an unseen force tugging at their clothes while filming in one location.
I need you to help me. They told me you could.
Who told you?
I don't know.
You're not supposed to be in my home.
Number 15, Haunted Hotel, Journey to the Mysterious Island.
Then bond with him on some non-mysterious island like Hawaii.
Filming a movie frankly sounds exhausting at the best of times, and having a ghost in your hotel keeping you awake probably doesn't make the experience any easier.
I'm busy.
I don't think you're gonna be too busy for this.
I'm going to Palau?
Close. We're going to Palau.
Actress Vanessa Hudgens told People magazine that she spent 10 minutes chasing the sound of footsteps around her hotel while filming the Journey to the Center of the Earth sequel in North Wilmington. Hutchins even claimed to have an idea of the ghost's nature, saying, quote, "I feel like she might have lost a husband at war and she's waiting for her man to come back to her. It was definitely a female spirit, I could tell. Hey, who are we to argue?"
Are we there yet?
We get there when we get there, Gabby.
What was that?
Number 14, Divine Intervention, The Passion of the Christ.
Hu Yeshua, Maragasha, Din Zaret.
Playing Jesus Christ himself probably comes with a whole ton of pressure, for what are hopefully obvious reasons. Any actor who takes on this role is going to face some harsh criticism and scrutiny, but normally that comes from more, shall we say, terrestrial sources. While filming Mel Gibson's controversial film about the final days of Christ, actor Jim Caviezel was struck by lightning while filming a scene. Caviezel wasn't the only one, as assistant director Jan Michelini was also struck while on set earlier during filming. If we were so inclined, we might be tempted to call this a case of divine criticism. Maybe the Big G thought Caviezel was miscast? Number 13, An Appropriate Haunting, Ghost.
Is he breathing? Oh God, Sam, hold on. Hold on, baby, hold on. Oh my God.
Movies featuring ghosts and spooky stuff sure do have a tendency towards supposed real-life hauntings, huh? While there's no definitive account of a haunting on the set of this aptly titled film, it bears noting that much of its filming took place on Paramount's infamous soundstage number 19, nicknamed Paranormal Paramount for its history of creepy goings-on.
It's like I think about you every minute. It's like I can still feel you.
Stories have included ghostly figures briefly encountering night watchmen before vanishing into walls, and other stories even claim that the spirit of Heather O'Rourke, the young star of Poltergeist, still haunts the soundstage. Number 12, Sinister Figures The Nun. The filming for this entry in the Conjuring franchise pulled out all the stops by eschewing conventional sets for many key locations, instead filming in a genuine Transylvanian castle. With that in mind, is it any wonder the crew had a strange encounter or two?
Like many places in this world, the Abbey has a long history.
While filming a scene, director Corin Hardy claims to have seen two figures standing in the shadows of an old cell.
Go. Leave. Now.
He initially dismissed the sighting, believing the figures to be members of the crew. But upon turning back, the director was shocked to see the figures had vanished without a trace. Could his imagination have been running wild, or did a pair of spectral entities get curious about the filming? Number 11, When Life Imitates Art, The Conjuring.
Something awful happened here, Ed.
This movie is based on the story of real-life parapsychologists trying to deliver a haunted house from evil. Nothing weird there. But when the real Perrin family, the owners of the original home, came to visit the film set, strange things started happening. Upon their arrival, a huge breeze was felt, but the surrounding trees stood still. Even Mother Perrin, who wasn't even on the set, said she felt a presence before fainting and being rushed to the hospital. Number 10. The Haunted Alarm Clock. The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Emily?
Don't touch me!
Ever think that while playing the role of someone who's possessed, we can somehow become possessed ourselves? In this case, that seems to be true. Jennifer Carpenter, who portrayed Emily Rose, says she felt a weird presence in her hotel room while filming the movie. Even her alarm clock seemed out of whack, randomly turning on during the night and playing Pearl Jam's Alive each time. More specifically, the lyric, "I'm still alive." We know radio stations tend to overplay songs, but come on. Number 9. A Haunted Studio. Ghost of Goodnight Lane.
Sorry, dude.
What the hell are you doing?
Did I get you?
I'm gonna knock you out.
This film is the perfect example of a story within a story. In it, movie theater employees find one of their coworkers stiff as a board, seemingly killed by a ghost. And the real story isn't that far off. Back in the 1800s, 5 people were killed in the very building the movie was being shot in.
I used to live here. Terrible thing that happened in this house.
Crew members said they often felt a presence, and lead actor Billy Zane was given the ultimate combo: ghosts screaming his name, flashing lights, and pieces of the ceiling almost collapsing on him. Number 8. Rosemary's Knife. Rosemary's Baby.
I look awful.
One of the most acclaimed horror films of all time, Roman Polanski's 1968 masterpiece has garnered a bit of a reputation as a cursed film, with tragedy seemingly following the cast and crew. Obviously, we all know about the terrible fate that befell Polanski's wife Sharon Tate, but what many don't know is that composer Krzysztof Kometa died after being pushed off an escarpment and suffering a head injury. But even more creepy is the story of producer William Castle, himself a legend in the horror genre, who was rushed to hospital after developing kidney stones. According to legend, a hallucinating Castle shouted out, quote, "Rosemary, for God's sake, drop the knife," during his surgery.
This is no dream. This is really happening.
Number 7. From Skeptic to Believer. The Possession. Sometimes even the biggest cynics can be converted. In this movie, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, known for his roles on The Walking Dead and Supernatural, plays the father of a little girl possessed by a Dybbuk demon trapped in a box found at a garage sale. Though he wasn't initially a believer in paranormal phenomena, he quickly changed his mind during the making of this film. He claims he saw lights exploding for no apparent reason and felt ice-cold breezes during ghost scenes. Soon after production ended, the movie set caught fire, destroying all the props, including the Dybbuk's wooden box. Firefighters never were able to determine the source of the fire. Number 6. Demon Onset. Annabelle.
There. She fits right in.
That completes the set, right?
Yes, it does.
A spin-off of The Conjuring, Annabelle is based on a real investigation conducted by Ed and Lorraine Warren, and the demons seem to have left a trace on set. Just as they were about to start filming a scene, director John Leonetti noticed 3 markings on a dusty window, just like the 3 fingers of the demon in the film. Producer Peter Safran saw his movie become a little too real when a light fixture fell on the actor playing the janitor, in the exact spot where the demon kills the janitor in the film. Number 5. The Curse Continues. The Amityville Horror. Since its debut in 1979, the Amityville saga has had many spin-offs, including a miniseries. But it was during the remake of the original movie that the line between fiction and reality became blurred. From the start of production, many crew members began waking up at 3:15 a.m., just like Ryan Reynolds' character. Even stranger than that is when Kathy Lutz, the woman who lived in the actual Amityville house, died of emphysema during production, closely followed by her husband George, who died of a heart attack after trying to sue the production team.
Don't even look at it, Kathy. Let's get out of here.
Number 4. Ghosts Destroying Cameras. The Omen.
Really sincerely believe that the devil didn't want the picture to be made.
Ghosts can sometimes be pranksters. While filming the 2006 remake of The Omen, director John Moore claimed he had lost 2 days' worth of footage thanks to a ghost. The interference caused by the spirit prompted the cameras to implode, and it even left a 666 error message on the camera screen.
He bears a birthmark. A sequence of 6s.
Not only that, but movie buffs say the original version of The Omen is one of the most cursed movies to ever be filmed.
No, 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 no!
In fact, many crew members died from unexpected circumstances shortly after it was released.
A special effects man. He had a beautiful girlfriend. He was driving and had a head-on accident and beheaded this girl.
Number 3. A String of Deaths, the Poltergeist franchise. Poltergeist is one of the most terrifying franchises in movie history, and the horror doesn't simply take place on screen. Actress Dominic Dunn was killed by her ex-boyfriend the same year the first movie was released.
We're back!
Before the third installment came out, young actress Heather O'Rourke died of septic shock after suffering an acute bowel obstruction. These deaths would haunt those who took part in the series. The blame was put on the props used, such as real skeletons, which are believed to have cursed the franchise.
They're here.
Number 2. The Haunted Dress, introducing Dorothy Dandridge.
It was one kiss. That's all, one kiss.
Be careful who you borrow clothes from. Halle Berry learned this lesson after filming this TV movie. To get into the groove of portraying Dorothy Dandridge, Halle Berry brought home a dress once owned by the real-life diva. While trying it on, she found it strange that the dress fit her perfectly, as if it were tailor-made for her. She claims to later have heard water boiling and seeing a doll's dress float in front of Dandridge's. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Ultimate Obsession, The Exorcist. Known for being one of the most terrifying films of all time, The Exorcist has given nightmares to generations, including its entire film crew. Director William Friedkin had to have the set blessed by a priest many times, but the house it was filmed in still ended up burning down, delaying production by 6 weeks. The only room to survive the fire was that of the possessed little girl Reagan. And let's not forget about the many injuries that occurred during the shooting either. But given the major success that came afterward, some probably think it was worth it.
Oh, it burns!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.